It's kind of bittersweet. I'm a little tardy to the party. Officially yesterday, after the Islanders beat the Habs, the Penguins were officially eliminated from the playoffs. It is cool that the Penguins had that consecutive, 16 years in a row streak. For that to end is weird. To have a playoffs without Ovi or Sid, that's definitely weird. The feeling that I was getting after, especially since the All-Star break, a couple Saturdays ago, when they beat the Blues in overtime, and then they also beat the Predators, and then they also beat the Avalanche. It felt like to me the Penguins were going to go on a little bit of a run after the wins started to pile up and that team was hot and rolling. There was a chance that they could have beat the Hurricanes. And I'm not saying that they would have, but to me it would have been really cool to see them play the Hurricanes and beat them. And then they probably would have had to play the Devils or the Lightning in the next round, and then yes, they would have eventually lost that. To me, a part of me feels like the reason why I was watching a lot of games and keeping up with the Penguins is it feels like something big's going to happen. And I'm not saying like the fire Hextall chants aren't reasonable. Would they fire Coach Sullivan? No. Dude's done nothing wrong. But there's a part of me that feels like this offseason, which it's so weird because it's like my Packers got eliminated from the playoffs, and then the Penguins got eliminated from the playoffs. It's like there's a part of me that feels like I haven't looked. And contracts are one thing, but like anything can happen. People can sign big contracts, but then be traded away or be cut or just retire. There's a part of me that feels like just because of how old the core is. Worst case scenario, my brain's like Tanger's going to get traded. Gino's going to retire. And it's just going to be Sid and Gensel. That sounds sad. And it's like, no. But, they're only getting older. Then there is a part of me, too, that believes like all the great all-stars from the late 2010s into the 2020s and stuff, like part of me feels like they're all going to just go on one more magical run. This year it's probably going to be the Bruins. If there was one thing that I think the Penguins need to work on, obviously people talk about the depth and the bench, and I really think we got to go get a new goalie. And that's no hate against Tristan Jarry. When he's on top, he's one of the best goaltenders, but then when he's struggling and having his bad games, we have games like against Chicago where it was the third period from hell where we tied it up and then all of a sudden it's 3-1 and turns to 4-1 and it's 5-2. It makes you wonder why in the offseason, Stanley Cup champ Darcy Kemper, he went to Washington. Why didn't the Penguins pick him up? Or that time Holtby, after he got traded away, he went to Vancouver. It's like, why did we not pick him up? I think if the Penguins are going to go anywhere anytime soon, they definitely need to have a backstop that can get them there, because Jarry, he's not the kind of guy that can put 16 games together like Quick can, or how Vasilevsky did, or how the tandem of the Avs last year did it. It's just what the Penguins need, and hopefully this offseason they get it done. I don't know. Those are my thoughts. That's my overreaction for what I think is going to happen to the Penguins this offseason. So catch you in the next video. Peace.